Today we continue with our class, A Woman's Guide to Practical Halachah. And we start with the Sefer Shmiras Haloshon. And today's topic is the time is now. The serpent whose deceitful words created barrier between God and man was cursed. And thus shall you eat all the days of your life. Bereshis 3:14. The Talmud in Brachas 12b interprets the phrase all the days of your life in another verse of the Torah in Dvarim 16:3 is referring to Messianic era. This teaching also found in Passover Haggadah. So, okay. Thus, at the end of the days, all creatures will be cured of their maladies except the serpent. So before we continue from here, we see the magnitude of speaking Lashon Hara. So all of the creatures will be cured, meaning not only creatures. He said creatures. So creatures, including men. So meaning all of the people are going to be cured. Same as everybody were cured before we received the Torah. So right. So it's very interesting. So everybody were able to see, everybody were able to hear, walk, etc., etc. Right? So same as here. Everybody is going to be cured except the serpent. And just as a snake bites because it was not charmed, there is cured of its curse. So too there will be no advantage. There is remedy to the master of the tongue. It's from the Koheles 10:11. Those who habitually speak Lashon Hara will, like the serpent, find no cure themselves in the end of the days. The only hope is to repent now. So, I mean, he's not saying, but we understand they're not going to live at that time. Okay. So, let's read the last part one more time, and we're going to explain. Beezrat Hashem. And just as a snake bites because it was not charmed, so many times, why is the snake is compared to Lashon Hara? Besides the point, I mean, it's that it was the first who spoke Lashon Hara about Hashem, right? But another reason is that a snake kills just for a kill. Right? Many times it's not going to eat prey. For example, if snake kills a person, it's not going to eat a person. Right? It can eat a mice, but not a person, right? So just as a snake, so it kills because of the kill, nothing else, right? Just because the snake bites because it was not charmed. There is a cured of its curse, so it was not cured of its curse. Right, so meaning it insists on its ways, and so too there will be no advantage. There is remedy to the master of the tongue, right? Meaning, so all of these people who habitually speak Lashon Hara, they're not going to live in era of Mashiach unless they do Teshuvah, of course. Those who habitually speak Lashon Hara will, like the serpent, find no cure for themselves of the end of the days. Okay, that's very sad, and it says in Medrash Rabbah, Bereshis 17:9-2, and Pirkei de Rabbi Eliezer, chapter 52. Their only hope is to repent now. So meaning what? For all of the habitual speakers, because the more they speak, the more they do whatever they do, the harder for them to go back, as in all other areas as well. Continue. The gossip monger brings suffering not only upon himself but upon the community as well. Rabbi Shimon ben Pazi said, "A rain is withheld only because of those who speak Lashon Hara." Right, as it is written in the Mishlei, the north wind prevents the rain, and God shows the angry countenance when there is a secret talk. Tanis 7b. So meaning it says clearly in the Talmud that why there is no rain, and rain today, I mean, it means the parnasa, the livelihood. Why is the problem? Is it so hard to get the livelihood? Because of this. So withheld withholding of the rain in the old days. Today it's easier to get the water, like irrigation stuff like that, but still it's not. A lot of things depend on rain. Of course, one thing you bring water from somewhere else, or like in Israel, they turn salt water into drinkable water, right? It's one thing. It still costs a lot of money. Or there's a free rain, so free and blessed rain. Zohar states that the sin brings death and destruction to the world, meaning the sin of Lashon Hara. Therefore, one who cares about his own well-being and that of his fellow man will strive to acquire golden quality of Shmiras Haloshon. So one more time. Therefore, one who cares about his own well-being. So many times you said, so we're doing, forget about others. Still remember about others, but first of all, we're doing for our own good, not to speak Lashon Hara, right? And his fellow, okay, as we said, the whole community, everybody is going to suffer. Fellow men will strive to acquire the golden quality of Shmiras Haloshon. So Shmira meaning Shmiras Haloshon meaning watching one's mouth. Okay, stop here. No problem. So today we start very interesting topic. And it's very, very often asked question about this topic. Very interesting. So now we gave a few answers in summary, but here I think that he's going to go in more details. So let's see. So the topic today is forbidden images. Somebody is following, it's page 267. And it says images of human beings. The Gemara writes that one is not permitted to make images of human beings. Simple, right? This is forbidden even if it's not done for a purpose of idol worship. One is not allowed to have a non-Jew create for her, whether for free or for payment. Moreover, one is not allowed to own images of humans, even if she is not the one who formed them, because of Maris Ayin, given the appearance of wrongdoing. It seems that one owns the images in order to serve them. It's from Rima. Okay, so let's do from the beginning. We explain. The Gemara writes that one is not permitted to make images of human beings, and we're going to explain what are these images, right? Or it's only statues, but how about portraits? As we know, the portrait not right. Some people have portraits, so we're going to see, or paintings. This is forbidden if it is not done for a purpose of idol worship. So meaning why? And he's going to explain later because of Maris Ayin. So let's talk about statues, right? Statues for sure are forbidden. So Maris Ayin, because people do not know why do I have this statue? Like non-Jew have a statue of like philosophers or like poets. I don't know, some famous people, right? It's very interesting. Even if it's only head, right? A head like this. Also, it's forbidden. Okay, forbidden. So because people would not know why would he have it, to worship it or to talk to it, or I don't know, right? One is not allowed to have a non-Jew to create it, one for him, right? Whether it's for free or for payment. It's from Shach. for free or for payment, that does not make any difference. So if you're not allowed to have, so it does not matter how you get it. You create it yourself, or you bought it, or somebody gave it to you. Moreover, one is not allowed. So, and we actually spoke about it, I think, in the Mishnah where we saw when two brothers had to divide the inheritance, right, from a father. So one father is not Jew and he was idol worshipper. So one son is still idol worshipper, and one converted to Judaism, right? So our sages, we said that our sages permitted them to divide, and this convert can take part of this inheritance. We said that, right? But before he does anything, he can say, you take the idols all of the getchkas, all of the yoshkas, and I'm going to take sofa, or I'm going to take a table or something, right? But you're allowed to do that in that case, right? But it's like one of the exceptions. Otherwise, you cannot derive benefit. Moreover, one is not allowed to own images of humans, even if she is not the one who formed them, because of Marisain, giving the impressions of wrongdoing. Right? For example, somebody, you have a non-Jewish friend, let's say neighbor, and they go in the way and they sold the house, whatever, they ask you to hold it for them. I mean, if it's somewhere in a box and it's not yours, there is not a problem. But if you are going to put it on a table somewhere, it's forbidden. Right? So Marisain. So Marisain, we said this very, very important to be strict with this with the thing as Marisain. Marisain is the way I see. Right? So the way people from like your neighbor, other people will see what are you doing, and even though you do everything correctly according to Halachah, so they might suspect that you're doing something wrong. So because of this Marisain, we do many things, or don't do many things, because it might seem that we're doing something wrong. Continue. 4 considerations. In applying this prohibition to everyday life, there are 4 considerations to bear in mind. So, okay, he's going to go in details. First, there is a minority opinion that nowadays it is very rare for people to serve idols of human beings. Okay, minority opinion. Therefore, this opinion maintains that these days one may own a figure of human. Chachmas Adam, okay. However, this does not permit the forming of human image, only owning one that was fashioned by someone else. Okay, so first he starts with minority opinion. It's actually Chachmas Adam. He was a great posek. So he said, since not too many people. When did he live? Chachmas Adam, maybe the 17th century. I'm not sure. 18th century, I'm not sure. Okay, so but not very long ago. So people did not serve idols, right? Even though we say Christianity is always also idol worshiper, but according to some opinion, this minority opinion, they say it's not idol worshiper, but it's something else. Okay. Continue. So according to the first opinion, you would be allowed to keep the figure of human, but not to make. Okay, make never allowed, but to keep, according to the first opinion, is allowed. Continue. And if this figure is not worshipped by anyone, I guess that's. I'm just adding. Okay, continue. Many poskim feel that this is not correct, and halacha remains the same, despite the fact that it is unlikely that one would suspect the owner of serving the image as an idol. So it's actually from Rema, Shach, Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. Okay. Okay. Wow. Kitzur Shulchan Aruch 168. So we have a long way to go to that to get to this. Okay. So one more time, many poskim feel that this is not correct, and halacha remains the same, meaning that most of the people still can worship these idols, despite the fact that it's unlikely that one would suspect the owner to serve the image of the idol. Meaning, even though the people would not suspect that this Jew, religious Jew or Jewess, serving the idol, still we don't do it. Why? Because they still might suspect us, and okay. By the commentary what they leave us on YouTube, it's unbelievable. It's so disgusting. I had to delete one comment. Because it was very disgusting. They just pervert many things. What we say. I give you this example. I said that non-Jews are not obligated to eat kosher. They can eat whatever they want. They just have to slaughter. The whole clip is 57 seconds. I mean, it's very limited time. So the guy said that he perverted my words. Basically everything. So basically that they can eat many other things. I'm not going to say, but that's what they do. So people pervert whatever they want, right? So we have to be very, very careful. So we're going by second opinion, not to have any human image statues. Second, the Halachah forbids making and owning only a human image that protrudes, meaning like a statue, right? Or even like 3D, right? There is a three-dimensional one, or four-dimensional. Okay, three-dimensional. Okay, protrude it three-dimension, but statue is for 4 dimensions. Okay. But if it is flat, there is woven into a garment or into the wall tapestry, it is permitted. So basically that becomes very clear. So as we answered in one of the classes, so what is forbidden? Forbidden is a statue, because people usually worship statues. Of course, we're not talking about images of the idols. We're not. We're just talking about images, let's say, of your grandfather, right? Grandmother. Okay. So it is permitted. However, many Rishonim and Poskim disagree. They contend that even if it does not protrude, it still has the same halachic statue when it does. 129. Chachmas Adam. Okay. I'm not sure. Chachmas Adam again. So in that on a previous page, he goes leniently. He said since the Jews do not. Since the people usually do not worship idols, so he would permit to keep this statue. And this page, I mean, I don't have this book, but very interesting to see the explanation. Right here, they say that. Here he goes stricter opinion. However, many Paskim disagree. They contend that even if it does not protrude, it's still the same halakhic statue as it does. So meaning even pictures. Third, there is a dispute among the Poskim, as some maintain that this prohibition applies only to the making or owning a full human image from head to toe. That's a third consideration. When it is only part of the body, there is just a head, it's not a problem. Again, Halachah follows this view. So, okay, no problem. So, meaning what? The full image would be an issue, but partial image would be less an issue. Okay. However, many Paskim are stringent and rule that even such a form is forbidden. Okay. So okay. So let's finish and then we summarize. The final discussion is regarding the human image. There is a profile. In other words, if it does not have 2 ears, 2 eyes, etc. Some say it is permitted, while others say that the person should be stringent. So who says is Ben Ish Chai? Very interesting. So he said to be stringent. Okay, so 4 things to consider. So first one is we said minority opinion said the owning statue is permitted. So let's put it aside. Unless I'm not sure, unless somebody needed for at his office or somewhere, I don't know, for some reason, some crazy reason. So you would be allowed to rely on this leniency. But otherwise, for your house, so for sure you're not allowed. So we're talking about statues. And second, we said like human. Statue of humans. So we're talking about humans. We're not talking about animals or celestial bodies. We're going to get later on, I guess. So second, it must be protruding, so 3D as we said, right? But and some opinions said, so if it's on a flat surface, it is allowed. Many Rishonim said not even that is allowed. But you see, I mean, very important people have back in big rabbis have pictures of other rabbis on and is it profile? Very interesting. It's actually, believe it or not, so many of them it's not straight. They do not look straight in the camera. So I'm just thinking about it, right? They like a little to the side, so you don't see complete 2 ears. Maybe that's the thing. Very interesting. Okay. And third, right? So third consideration, we said some same that the problem only to the full figure, full image, right? Head to toe, and it's only head, right? It's not a problem, right? And Halachah follows this view, meaning this head is no problem, right? But many poskim are still stringent and forbidden. 131. Okay, no problem. So final discussions regarding the human image, that is profile. So profile, it's like sideways, right? Or like sideways meaning what? In other words, it does not have 2 ears, 2 eyes, etc. So 2 eyes, it's hard to see. I mean, the person is looking to the side completely, right? But 2 ears for sure, it's possible. Some say it is permitted, while others say that it should be stringent. Continue. This is very relevant to owning coins, right? So maybe you strict with other things, but what do we do as a coin? Clearly, the custom is to be lenient, despite the fact that the image on the coin protrudes. So it protrudes in. And sometimes, like they would have a president on a coin or something, or like Indian, right? Coin protrudes. It is usually only profiles view, right? Usually only profile view, and just as a head. So we are lenient. This is especially true nowadays when some poskim permit all human images. Okay, so that's very, very important. So coins, no problem. Next one, photographs. It is well known that many Gedolim, especially Hasidic rabbis, were very opposed to being photographs. Very interesting. Even the opinion that today people don't serve those human images permits only owning them and not making them. I'm not sure what does it mean. I mean, still a person took a picture, right? For example, today with the digital one, for sure it took a picture. You make it. The reason so many are lenient, and that the custom has become to take and own photographs, is that they're not protruding. In addition, many times the picture is not the entire body, but only upper part of the or a profile view. Okay, so we have to take into consideration, so especially in the sukkahs, people buy these posters to decorate the sukkah of pictures, photographs of tzaddikim. So try to have only head, no full body. Like there are many pictures that not many, few pictures that they did of Chafetz Chaim. The original footage from from black and white movie, like silent movie from 1900s, I think. So that's and they make some photographs from that footage. Very interesting. Okay, so that would be problematic. Okay, next one. Okay, so let's just summarize a little. So coins, we say no problem. Usually it's profile, and photographs, we said there is many are lenient. Okay. Many I never heard of anyone. It's not like I know many people, but I never heard anybody like strict about photographs, especially tzaddikim. Snowmen. Building a snowman is a common practice activity in the winter, despite the fact that it's not flat and is the image of entire body. It is nonetheless permitted. This is because it's a temporary, and it is absolutely not a norm to worship such a structure. Okay, so with snowman it's a little easier. I mean, yeah, so the people don't worship the snowman, and plus it's temporary. I mean, it depends where you live. If you live in Canada, so when winter 4 months a year, so maybe it's not so temporary 4 months. Okay. Continue. Sheitel hats. A woman may own a styrofoam hat on which to place sheitel, although it protrudes and is not side profile. It is only the head and not the whole body. Additionally, some poskim maintain that human images may be owned nowadays. A woman who chooses to be stringent can deface the sheitel hat by cutting the nose or other part. Okay, so sheitel hat is like mannequin, right? The head only, and she would put her wig on top of it, so to keep the form and stuff like that. So usually, I mean, the way I understand, when they sell it in a store, it's like a face of a woman. So, or I guess you can buy faceless, I think, right? Just because you don't care about the face, you care about only the forms. Not talking. Let's say it's a kosher sheitel, if it's such a thing exists. So okay. Continue, right? But they say a woman should be stringent and deface the sheitel, right? Meaning break over the nose. Okay, next one. Trophies. Many boys and girls on trophies awarded to them and participate particular accomplishment. Sometimes the trophy is made in the image of the athlete. This possesses a real problem of owning a human image. If if it is three-dimensional and often full image from head to toe. As mentioned, there is a minority opinion that human images may be owned today, which is likely the reason that some do not deface the trophies. I mean, why do you need this garbage in your house? Like, okay, what if, like, I was thinking, what if opinion in Shemaim not like this minority? So, like, I don't know. So, in majority, all of the great rabbis. So, when after 120 you go there and all of the great rabbis, you did not listen to me, and all of the things you listen beside these trophies. Who need this? Okay, next one is wax museums. There are several wax museums. Some poskim go so far as to say that if the figure in the museum were made by Jews, the museum should not be visited since it appears to be condoning their action. Since it appears to be condoning, okay. However, others permit making of wax models because not all body parts, 10 fingers, 10 toes, etc., are actually formed. Let's read it one more time. I'm not sure what does it mean. I mean, it looks like a full image. I'm not sure. So one more time. There are several wax museums. We got that. Some poskim go so far as to say that if the figures in a museum were made by Jews, the museum should not be visited since it appears to be condoning their action. Okay, so technically he said that maybe there is no problem. So if these statues were not statues, like these wax models, right, were made by non-Jews, maybe there is no problem. So okay, so continue. However, others permit the making of the wax models. I'm not sure why is it permitted, because not all of the body parts, 10 fingers and 10 toes, are actually formed. So in some way, the way I understand, right? So for example, it's a wax figure over President or Kennedy, right? Let's say President Kennedy, right? So he would be in his shoes. So this they say this his 10 toes were not be formed. So it's not complete. It's not complete figure. It's like it's some parts are not formed. Okay, so very interesting. So any questions before we continue? So we did not finish the topic, but just want to see if anybody have questions on what we said.
Rabbi, so just to follow a more stringent opinion, it's better not to have it at all, even if it's the form or anything. It's just better not to have anything at all, so you don't have to.
All we said so far, we're talking about the images of people, right? Only people.
Okay.
So we did not go to celestial bodies. We did not go to animals. We did not go again. We're talking about only people so far. So people are more stricter, because Talmud said that the restriction was from Talmud is about people. So that's
okay.
The more. I mean, people. Yeah. Most of the religions they worship people. Right, Christianity, this Buddhism, and others, they worship people.
So putting towards God, I know that's completely forbidden. That's not like putting an image toward God, like thinking, oh, this is God, something that's completely forbidden. Like what Christians do. They say, oh, God is a man, or Buddhists, they think this fat man, whatever, God, whatever they think, I don't know what it is. That's completely forbidden.
No, it is. You're right. It is completely forbidden. But about Jews, it's a difference. So we said the problem is Mari sign. Mari sign meaning that other people can see this image in your house. Maybe you bought it as a piece of art, right? Or whatever. Maybe it's right. So, but they would suspect that person worships this image. That's the thing. So these art collectors, it's not so simple. Right? Some people in this, some Jews are in this business. Not so simple. Okay.
Thank you so much, Rabbi.
You're welcome. Any other questions before we continue? Yeah, go ahead.
So if the person before doing tshuva got a tattoo of a face of a person, let's say a family member that passed away, is that problematic?
So if it's so we didn't get to tattoos. I don't think we're going to get in this book. I don't think so. But the problem with tattoo. So the question is, the bottom line question is if person is obligated to remove it, right? So even with Jews, the prohibition is on making tattoo, right? Having tattoo is a separate thing. I mean, it's not prohibited to have it, but it's prohibited to make it. So if it does not create a Hil Hashem, right? So if it's like if it's not in person's face, and I was in a store somewhere, and the guy was like he turned his head, like he has on his neck all these Chinese writings. I'm not sure if he knows what it says in Chinese. I mean, but all of this writing on his head, partial face, like craziness of the people. So, but if it is hidden, there is no problem. If it's something like not something offensive, so there is no obligation to remove it whatsoever. So, and especially if it's not Hil Hashem. I mean, if somebody has a naked lady on, and as like some people have, right? So these crazy people. So yeah, well, that would be Hil Hashem. You would have to like deform it somehow, right? Like one time I went with my friend to mikveh, and it was early in the morning, so we tried to go very early, and it was one guy. He came even before us, and he was probably about all body tattoo, like we were undressing next to each other. When he undressed, I was like, whoa! I almost like fainted from all of this. I mean, hopefully he did not see my reaction, but that's what he probably expects from people. Like that was too much. The whole body was in tattoos. I mean, the face was clean, like neck was clean, but the whole body was in tattoos. So, is he obligated to remove it? I don't think so. I mean, it's too much pain, too much of everything, and something can go bad. Like they can give him an infection or something. So basically, if it's not something like forbidden, so I would say just leave it. If it's not in open, not in open, like for example, people have tattoos. I saw also on arms, right? So if you wear long sleeve shorts, there is no problem. Nobody sees it. Understand? That's the thing. Got it? Okay. So let's continue. So good questions. So dolls. Oh, sorry, we continue with the image. Dolls. Many girls own dolls. Many poskim feel that a doll must be defaced by removing a body part. It's actually Chazanish, believe it or not, right? And Shevet Halevi. Whoa, Chazanish and Shevet Halevi said. And okay, and of course that they were shown, the way I understand, both of them lived some time ago, so they were shown like a more modest dolls. However, many are lenient. Further, there is opinion that human images are allowed to be owned today. It's only minority. Many times dolls does not surely have all of the body parts clearly defined. Okay. Additionally, since the dolls are treated disrespectfully, left on the floor and the like, the doll does not appear at all as an object of worship. Yabia Omer. So it's Rabbi. That's all. Very interesting. This last reasoning does not apply to doll that is intended to sit in a windowsill or a shelf and not to be played with. So very interesting. So they say dolls allowed. So usually they don't have all of the body parts. Okay, we can see that. And plus, since like when children play with them, they would leave it on the floor. Meaning idols, you don't usually leave on the floor your idol. But the problem is if it's somehow like collectibles. All the crazy people collectibles, or they put it somewhere on display or on a windowsill, that would be an issue. Okay, so continue. Animal dolls. Images of animals are allowed to be made and owned. Therefore, any doll that is not a person but an animal poses no problem according to all opinions. Okay, so if you have animal, some birds, whatever you have, right? Collections of birds, and that's good. So, whose opinion is Shulchan Aruch Yorach Deya 141.4? Okay, continue. The heavenly bodies. So that's the second thing that is forbidden. It's human images and heavenly bodies. The Gemara writes that it is forbidden to make the image of the sun, moon, and stars. Okay, sun, moon, and stars. This is forbidden even if they are made flat and not three-dimensional, because that is how we view these celestial bodies. Of course, when you look at the sun, you don't see all of the dimensions. You see it as a flat image, right? Or stars, you see it flat. So it's like with human, we can understand when we look at the human, we see 3Ds, right? And when we on the paintings, on the photographs, we see on a flat image. As regard keeping such a pictures and images that were made by others, some poskim maintain that if they are flat, it is permitted. So it's actually Chitzur Shulchan Aruch and others, right? So if somebody made paintings of the sun, no problem. Taking photograph of the sun, moon, and stars is included in the prohibition according to many poskim. So meaning if somebody else did it and you just bought it, there is no one. But you yourself don't take pictures. There is an opinion that if the image is not full body, it is permitted. Okay. This is true regarding the sun as well. I mean, the question is when the person have time to do all of these things. Okay. I had this coworker in my office. So he was like very nice individual, very good guy, very friendly, not Jew, right? And he was into photography. So sometimes he would since we were sitting next to each other like for some time, so I mean you have to listen to what they say, otherwise they get offended. So and he was telling me it's actually very interesting. So he would go into a place to take a picture, and it's not like if I would take a picture. Okay, I would come if it is there, I would take a picture. If it's not there, I would not take a picture. But this guy, he would go overnight. He would go to special places with all of this equipment, and he stay with his thermos and food and stuff like that. And he would watch with binoculars. It's unbelievable. He showed me his pictures. I'm not a big expert in a picture, and nice picture, but to spend 5, 6, 7 hours, he would take days off, right, from the office because it's a special day to take a picture in this place or that place. Craziness. But if person have a Torah in his life, when does he have this time to take these pictures? I don't know. Therefore, when drawing a picture of the sun, one should sketch it at the corner of the page with only part of it shown. Okay, so you want to draw only part of it. Okay. Mothers and teachers should train their children to be strict in these laws. Okay, so Igras Moshe, very interesting. So that's how you start the education, right, from the kids. So don't draw the complete sun and stars. But stars, I guess, easy. If you draw like a star, for sure. We call it star, but that's now how they look like. They all around, but they draw as a star. Okay. However, drawing the sun partially blocked by a horizon or the clouds is forbidden according to some poskim, since we regularly view that in that way. Right, so if it's kind of completely black, that's how we see it. Right, very interesting. And or moon, I would say moon. For me personally, it's a better example when we say the blessing on the moon. Right, Kiddush Levana. So you have to see the complete moon, but sometimes it's behind the clouds, so you have to wait. It is clear from the Gemara that prohibition of forming, that is making a picture of a moon, applies even when it is just a crescent of the moon. So that's a crescent. That's what we see. It is forbidden, even though we know that in truth the moon is a complete sphere. Since we perceive the moon as such, it is included in this prohibition. So logically, that's how you see the moon. For you, for us, it's complete moon. If it's only 25% visible, so today it's complete moon. I mean, that's all you see. So if you draw exactly as you saw, so it's a complete picture. Moreover, any images and pictures that represent these bodies is forbidden, even if it is not complete resemblance. For example, that's the sky. So dots in the sky represent stars, and the sun with lines coming out of it show the rays are prohibited. So meaning some things like maybe stars as a stars is not prohibited, as we're going to see, but dots for sure. Dots meaning they're very far away. That's how you see as a dot. Some poskim feel that it is permitted to complete puzzle with these images, since the image is considered temporary. Some people, they would not undo the puzzle, they would leave it as it is. Foods that is made in a shape of moon or star may be purchased, foods, and eaten, but poskim debate whether it is permitted to make them in these shapes when the intention is to represent heavenly bodies. So I guess there is like forms to make cookies or something. So this moon or sun would be forbidden, or like form of them. Continue. If the purpose of forming the image is to teach children or students, it is permitted. Right? It says in Shulchan Aruch and Igros Moshe. Okay. So to teach them about, I don't know what, astronomy. Therefore, a Mora, who is teaching Parashas Bereshis, may take picture of the sun, moon, and stars, since she is doing so to educational purposes. So Mora is a woman teacher, right? So she for Parashas Bereshis, okay. I'm not sure why don't you use existing picture, like book with pictures? Why do you have to make your own? I'm not sure. Okay. Similarly, it is permitted to draw stars when teaching about Yosef's dream. Okay. Likewise, so meaning when all of the stars bow down to Yosef. Likewise, the moon may be drawn to learn about the sanctification of new moon to determine Rosh Chodesh, and that's actually from Gemara. Rabbi said, okay, so you said that celestial bodies are forbidden, and how about in Sanhedrin there was images of the moon, and rabbis asked, so when they were interrogating the witnesses, so they say, tell us how did you see the moon, like this, or like that. Okay, so 1 second, how much time we have? Okay, we have enough time. So continue, last part of this section. Replicas of the Beis HaMikdash. The Gemara writes that it is forbidden to make structures of the utensil that replicate the Beis HaMikdash. For example, it is forbidden to build a room with exact dimension of the Sheitel, Ulam, or Azara. It is also forbidden to build a table like the Shulchan. Shulchan, when we had all these breads, right? So all of these rooms with the same dimensions, or some utensils. One is not permitted to build menorah like one in a Beis HaMikdash. It is permitted to make a candelabra with 5, 6, or 8 branches, but not one with 7. So even in a shul, right? You go to the shul, and sometimes they would have this menorah, but it's never with 7. It's 6. It's 3 from one side, 3 for another side, and the Star of David or something else like some. Usually is a Star of David like in the middle. So it's not 6. It's not 7. Sorry, not 7. And all of this candelabra that some people have, this beautiful what is it, the silver one, So they go in a circle. So the menorah was not in a circle; it was a straight line, right? So one more time, it is permitted to make candelabra with 5, 6, or 8 branches. So 8 branches is Hanukkah, right? But not the one with 7. This is even if it is made of metal other than gold, right? And it's meaning the menorah in a temple was made of gold, but it's actually said that if in the case of the need, if I remember correctly, it could be made from any other metal, maybe even from wood. I'm not 100% sure, but from all other metals for sure. Okay. And even if it made without the cups, knobs, flowers that were in the menorah in the Beis HaMikdash, and even if it does not have 18 tefachim in height, right? So it's less than 18 tefachim. So the problem is, so if you go to Jerusalem, there is I think it's a gold, maybe it's a gold or gold plated menorah. It's like on the glass. So it's not next to the Western Wall, but if you go like inside into Jewish quarter, they installed it not too long ago, maybe 5-7 years ago. Very interesting. I'm not sure what exactly they changed there, how it was allowed. Okay, it's a good thing. A good question. So it's 18 tefachim. So tefach is like a feast, right? There is a great dispute whether one may own candelabrum with 7 branches if they are not in a row, so meaning in a circle, but in circular formation. Some state that it is permitted, while others maintain that it is prohibited. So usually people don't do, like, why would you do that? So usually they have 5 or 6, right, in a circle. The most common is, I think it's 5. 6, maybe 6. Okay, continue. One should therefore not purchase such a candelabrum in the first place, but if she already owned one, she need not to replace it. So basically, like just because people say, especially some people like to buy things on internet, but we have to understand that the internet and this Judaica, it's a commercial places, unless they would. If they don't have Yirat Shammai, if they're not 100% kosher Jews, they can sell you whatever is sellable, whatever you like. You like 7 branches, they're going to order the 7 branches from China. I mean, okay, what's the problem? If my customers want 7, they would order 7. And we have to be very careful. So we finished with the topic. Any questions on what we said? Or did not say, like any questions? Anyone? Yes, go ahead, please. Go ahead.
So if I heard this correctly, it's forbidden to eat something in the shape of the moon or anything to make it right. If it's not for educational purposes, that's what I heard. I'm not
yes,
sure.
Yeah. So no, I mean even for educational purposes, we said about drawing stuff or pictures. Like that's it. No shapes, because why? As we explained, that's how we see things, right? So when we look at the moon, you see the flat image. You don't see the 3D. You see flat image. So that's the thing. So exactly as you see it. So that's why you're not allowed to paint. Yeah, go ahead.
I was also gonna say, shouldn't be that hard, especially nowadays, since we have the internet. We use that for educational purposes. We don't need to make any. I'm getting like here in the United States to get the technology for it. I don't think you need to make cookies in the shape of anything, or the food in the shape of anything. Exactly. I would think, just.
No, you're right 100%, but I would say even without internet, just buy a picture, the beautiful pictures with amazing like quality, the best quality pictures. So show the kids or whoever need to show with the pictures. Why should you draw on the border somewhere? Like to explain the story of Yosef. Okay. I don't know. The story of Yosef, the story of Yosef dreamed that he was in the middle, and all of the 11 stars were around, and sun and the moon, meaning his father and his mother, came to bow to him. Okay, I think you can imagine without drawings. I think.
But I have another question. I'm so sorry. I don't know if Brielle has another question because I know. Does this also apply with, because I've also heard Rabbi Reuben Shlita talk about somebody with a ball, like that's completely forbidden because it's like
somebody with a what? I could not hear.
With a ball, like him holding a ball, like if I don't know why would somebody have a person with a ball. And like an athlete with a ball holding their hands, like these basketball players, like holding a ball, like that's completely forbidden because it's not that. I don't know. I know I've heard it. I don't know if you could expand on that. I don't know.
So it's actually from the Talmud. So it says the ball. So if person holding the ball, so it's like he's like idol, right? So if you look at the olden drawings of the kings, right? So they would have the scepter in one hand, right, and in another hand they would have some kind of ball. So it's like he's a king of the universe. That's how they represent themselves. In a sense, so this image of the ball is actually what they were holding. So that's the thing. I mean, I don't remember all of the details, but in a nutshell, that was the prohibition is about. Yes, which is directly from Talmud. Okay. Any other questions? Yeah, go ahead. Anybody? No one? Okay, so let's then. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question. This is completely off topic.
Okay.
So when or how can we know if we really need to give an advice to someone? Because just to put my question in context a little bit more, I have this family member which is very close to me, who is going through serious shalom bayit problems, and of course I don't want to get involved in it, but I kind of know what's the problem and I kind of know what advice to give. But on the other hand, I don't want to perhaps give the wrong advice, or perhaps because the advice would be to essentially tell the person to call it quits, to get divorced, but of course that could be like a serious issue. And perhaps Hashem wants this couple to remain together, and I don't know if that would be held accountable for it if I give the wrong advice. So that's kind of the thing. How can we know if we have to get involved or to give like an advice to this type of persons, situations?
So first of all, before giving this it's a serious advice, as you said yourself. So we might get held accountable for this, for sure. Right? If a person is going to act on your advice, or maybe it was in his or her mind for a very long time, right? And maybe 10 other people told them, and now your advice or whatever you remark was that the straw that broke the camel's back. You understand? So even you were passing remark. It's not like you were giving the arguments, but a person was contemplating this for a long time. So first of all, you never know who is right and who is wrong. Like in my personal experience, it was like few people, they fooled me. Of course, it's some years ago, but they fooled me. I was so embarrassed, like because I believed them. right? Because they're good actors, and of course you always we're all biased, right? Or, believe it or not, we're all biased, and we lean to one side. So, for example, if it's your brother, and so you never like his wife, she's arrogant, she's this, she's that, and she like told you like 17 years ago that whatever she told you that you're not welcome here. So now you're biased, and now you want him to divorce. So it's not. I'm just like making up this story, right? So it's not so simple just because she said it that time. Maybe you deserve to be, or I deserve to be told just go and get lost or something. You understand? So you have to listen to the two sides, right? And if you want to get involved, and only then when you listen to two sides of the story, only and ask all of the questions you need to ask, only then you can give advice. Otherwise, you don't know. People, many people good actors, so it's you cannot believe whatever they told you. You cannot believe that's the story. So she's a bad wife. Let's say why she's a bad wife, because this, that, and that. But if you start asking her, and she would tell you the way he treated me, the way is this, the way that, like he's happy I didn't poison him, and you understand. So it's not so simple. If you want to get involved with advice, you have to hear both sides, unless you saw like with your own eyes, like what is happening. So that's I'm telling you from my experience. So somebody asked me a question: if they're allowed to take money from tzedakah, right? From tzedakah to go see psychiatrist, a woman, because she wants to get divorced, and this husband of hers would not give her the money for a psychiatrist, but she also has her own attitude issues. So to say that, I told you, like you're allowed, if you just borrow from tzedakah, you're allowed to borrow from tzedakah, and then pay back if you need, like if you have the psychological stress, of course. But I told him it's not going to resolve the issue. You understand? So you have to work on yourself. Just they get divorced. Many people they very from again, I'm not talking about from my experience. People who got divorced, the divorce did not resolve any issues, and in fact that they created even more issues, right? With kids, with this, that. So people just delusional. They think if we divorce, if we're going to live separate, now I'm going to be free and I'm going to be happy. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You understand? So it's easier to work on existing relation. Try to fix it. So don't give advice to somebody to divorce unless you know like she's torturing him or he's torturing her or something. Okay. That's the answer. Yeah.
So, following up to it, on the other hand, would I be liable if I don't say anything? Perhaps because I'm really scared of, saying anything at all. Like, but it's like the problem is like very serious itself. Would I get in trouble, perhaps with Hashem because of not saying anything, perhaps?
So if there is no physical danger to a person, right? So you're not obligated to get involved unless you know that somebody is abused, even psychologically abused. So that there is no point for you to get involved. So like all adults, if they would need your opinion, they're going to ask. So many people are not welcome when other people like getting stuck their nose in their life they don't like, or some people opposite. So it's an opposite if it's even worse. What they do not care about the solution. They don't like. They don't want to make any decisions, right? But they want somebody like 3 years to tell all the Lashon Hara from the day of the wedding until now. And your advice useless. You understand? They're going to ask you advice, and they're going to tell you they listen to you 3 minutes and tell you the whole story for 7 hours, and for the next 5 years. Then they're going to get divorced. You understand? So better not to get involved unless you're such a big professional and you know the truth. You heard the both sides, and plus that person is going to listen to you. So as I said, the last scenario, many people are not in there to listen. They just like to complain. Okay. So you're so the bottom line, I apologize. You asked me 3 times the same question. I did not really reply. I apologize. I mean, I didn't get a clear reply. No, you're not going to hold accountable. No, unless there is a life risk. Somebody abusive husband. He breaks your hands. I don't know, teeth, like not your teeth every day once. So there is no need to get involved. Unless they ask for you arbitration or something. So absolutely not. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Nothing. Someone has a question. No.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, go ahead, speak.
Well, may I ask another question?
Please, go
Not
ahead.
relating to this topic. So in this book, the Shabbos Home from Rabbi Poet, which is an amazing book. On page 48, when it explains the issues of the prohibition of writing and erasing, it says, I'm gonna have to read it because
Okay, go ahead.
it says, as stated previously, destroying a letter or picture, even for no beneficial reason, is prohibited rabbinically. Thus, if a cake is decorated with frosting in the forms of words, letter, or any distinct object, it is forbidden to cut the cake in a way that deforms the letters or ruins the picture.
Mm-hmm.
For example, if a cake has "Happy Birthday" written on it, it is forbidden to cut through the letters, and it is also forbidden to peel the letters off the cake. So that's pretty straightforward. But then it says there's a list with there's kind of the exceptions for this rule. In this part, it says that it is permitted to bite into a piece of cake that has a complete letter on it, even though the letter will be thereby destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
Only cutting prior to eating it is prohibited. So my question is how come we're forbidden to erase the letters with our hands or by peeling off the letters with, I don't know, like a spoon or something, but we're allowed to destroy them through eating them? That's kind of my question.
Okay, so let me, since not everybody on that page, so let me explain to everybody what we're talking about, to give some idea, summary, but so we have a better idea before I answer. So one of the prohibition when we were in the desert, we had to do special jobs, special melacha. Melacha is a work to build a Beis Mishkan, like the temporary Mishkan. Okay. So, and one of the jobs were to assemble these walls. They were made of like big pillars, wooden pillars, and in order for each pillar to be on the right side, like in the right setting, they would like on the bottom, they would write the coordinates. Let's say west number 3. So you know that it's from west corner. It's the pillar number 3, and same is all of them. So and sometimes as humans do, we make mistakes, right? So and when we need make mistakes, so it's not number 3. So number 3 is actually was broken. We have to replace. So it's actually number 4. Oh, it's number 4. So I have to erase number 3 and write number 4 on top of it. You understand? So this erasing in the construction of the Mishkan was for constructive purpose. constructive purpose in order to replace it with the correct writings, with correct number, let's say, or coordinates, right? So that's melacha was prohibited. So we are prohibited from writing on Shabbos. It's one melacha, and another melacha is actually for prohibition of erasing in any manner, right? With any instrument, implement with your hand, that doesn't matter how, right? So now we're going to the cakes. So on cakes, so sometimes like it's not Jewish cake. I'm telling you right now, it's not Jewish cake. So Jewish cake. So jump to the end. So how do you make Jewish cake? So it would be like this chocolate plate, like this big, and then they're going to write or whatever they need to write. There is no problem. Okay, so there is no problem if in cutting the cake. So sometimes when you have this such a Jewish cake, right, and you have you bought from supermarket, let's say it says kosher cake, so you have writings, or you have not even writings. Forget about writings. You're not allowed to destroy all of the meaningful figures. What is the meaningful figures? You have a rose, you have flowers, this and that, like some meaningful figures. So, but what can you do? You can pre-cut it before. You can pre-cut this cake before, even though there is a happy birthday. So cut before the letter, between the letters. Even on Shabbos, if you cut between the letters, so there is no problem. Of course, all of the pieces would be different sizes, but okay, what can you do? So okay, that's melacha. So the actual question is, so if you're not allowed to peel the letter, it's not true. We're allowed to peel the letter. Let's say it's a B, right, for birthday. So, but if you're going to take it with some cream, so you're not taking off the letter by itself, right? But you take it with some other things, so there is no problem. It's not so you're not separating only letters. You separate some background with the letters. Would not be an issue. And so the actual question is how this other, like if you cut, is not allowed. If you take with a spoon, and you destroy the letter, is not allowed. But if you bite it, is allowed. So what is the difference? You erase like this, and you erase like this. So it's a huge difference. So the difference is when you eat. When you eat, that's a normal way of doing things. You're not doing any extraordinary. That's how you eat. So you're not, when you eat that, you're not trying to destroy, or there is no other way for you to eat. That's why it's not considered to be destroying. That's how you just eat food. You understand? And same there is cookies. I mean, we know about this cookie, but I saw in some people, I'm not sure what is they're thinking. There is a cookie, kosher cookies, right? But they have animal kingdom, they call. So, and this animal, giraffe, okay, giraffe is good. And all the bears, so of course all of the non-kosher animals also there. And children eat these cookies. I mean, so it's not good for a child to understand, to even 2, 3, 4 years old to put this cookie into their mouth, right? Not kosher animals, but because let's put it aside. Let's say it's a kosher animal. Let's say it's a cow. So there is no problem to bite half of the cow, right, and eat it in this way. There is no problem because that's a normal way of eating. That's not a normal way of erasing, like through eating. Like for example, if somebody wants to erase some writings and person would chew like and swallow this piece of paper, so I don't think it's considered to be erasing actually, right? Even though the letters erasing his throat, his mouth, but it's is he going to be liable for lashes? I don't think so. I mean, of course it's forbidden, but not to that degree. Okay, that's answer to that question. Okay, go ahead. Got it. That's about. Of course, it's only summary. It's much more, of course, but that's the summary. Just to answer that question. Yeah, go ahead. Next question.
Yeah. So yesterday I went to Rabbi told you singer Shiur he said from hearing stuff, and well, it was in a big studio, so I went with it, and it's very beautiful place. I went with it, and I cried, and I stood in the back. I remember standing, and they were davening. I stood right next to him, and I was saying, it was to be next to someone like a topic. I was just, I didn't know what to say to him. I was like, I wanted to say so much that I didn't know what to say.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, when we were preparing, this whole thing now is going to do the question. So when we were preparing, when I was preparing for his mic, and I was sitting next to that, I was like,
I apologize. You're breaking up. I know you're walking somewhere. It's breaking up. Like it's. I mean, we got about to singer that you prayed next to him, but okay. So,
you hear me now?
okay, we hear you now. Yeah, go ahead. So the question is.
Okay, so he went and took that, like, I was very like honored. I was like, oh, I didn't expect. That's when they were in the Shiur. He was talking about like the part of the church, idol worship, and I started crying. And I was like, is this what is it? Is it complete that like filth? And I remember just like crying. I was like, oh, like I don't know, it's funny. I was just so focused.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was saying, I was like, oh man, this really like this. It was beautiful, and I want someone to ask if that is.
So I apologize. It was breaking up. So okay. So what is the question? Could you tell us the question? Or you just sharing your experience?
The thing that I had is that the tshuva is of course, you don't hear?
I mean, it's breaking up. We hear only some words. So if you can go to the place with better reception.
Here's back to me. I'm a lot the cover. I don't know if it's my the song is really bad.
It's breaking up. It's hard to understand what you're saying. Sorry. I mean, but we got about your experience. Something, not everything, but some. It was very excited. Yes.
I'm gonna look over quick. Or maybe tomorrow if you want, because I know it's getting late. Or tomorrow, just share it again if you want.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Let's share it tomorrow.
Okay.
Yes, please. Okay. Any other questions? Anybody else? Any topic? Okay. No problem. So let's stop here. Tomorrow, Beezrat Hashem, we're going to continue with Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. And just to remind us, on Wednesday, there is on Wednesday it's Rosh Chodesh, right? So meaning Wednesday, meaning tomorrow night is Rosh Chodesh, and these 9 days we don't do laundry. So whenever if you need to prepare laundry, okay, so, I mean you clean clothing, so do it tonight or do it tomorrow. First of all, and second of all, so we're not allowed to, as we learned, we're not allowed to wear freshly laundered things. So even one thing you're not allowed laundry. So and the second thing you're not allowed to wear them. So what do we do today or tomorrow, whenever we have time? But don't forget, whatever garments you need, just put on for 1 minute to 2 minutes, take off another garment. So in this case, would not be fresh laundered. So we're talking about like garments like shorts or something. So for socks, for underwear, you don't need to do that. That's irrelevant. That's secondary. So something like important garments, yes. And it should be enough. That's it. And plus, these 9 days, Ashkenazi tradition, we don't eat meat and don't drink wine. So get yourself fish or vegetables, whatever. I mean, only on Shabbos. On Shabbos, you are allowed to eat meat and drink wine. And Havdalah also, in case I forget, so Havdalah we also don't make on wine or on grape juice. Havdalah we make on beer or coffee, orange juice, whatever we want, but not grape juice. And or grape juice or grape wine. So basically that's preparation for tomorrow night. So when tomorrow we have class, it would be too late. So we have to do it before class. So prepare whatever you need to do. So of course meat, if you have extra meat or chicken, you can freeze it, there's no problem. And same after Shabbos, whatever we have left over, just put it in the freezer until after Tisha B'Av, and that's it. On Friday you can eat it. Shabbos you can eat it, no problem. Okay. So any questions before we're done, or we're done? Okay. So thank you very much for learning with us, and until tomorrow we continue Kisa Shulchan Aruch. Beezrat Hashem. Thank you and good night. Thank you.